Everybody focus, because we are back for yet another week with yet another friend. And this week we have Tori with us. Tori, hello. Welcome to the show. How are you doing? And for those that have never met you in person or online, who are you?
Thank you. I'm good. So I'm Tori Tompkins. I am a senior AI consultant, recently changed from data science at Advancing Analytics with those lovely folks. I work mostly on data science projects, but I have a fairly strong ML ops background, and I've done quite a big step into Gen AI recently as well. What else about me? I very sporadically have a podcast with Terry and Craig, which we haven't posted for a very long time. And I am a trustee board member of Girls in Data as well. So I'm pretty passionate about getting young girls into our industry.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice, like that. Also, you just said about 10 words where Jess and I have no idea what any of those mean, but we'll
she doesn't know that. I nodded and smiled. I was words.
Some of those made sense to me independently, but then put together was like
all smashed together. I'm
lost. But I guess we will get to that. That is kind of the whole purpose of this show is to educate Jess and myself, and so far
totally
it works so I have to say. But anyways,
I know about Power BI now.
That's more than me.
Yeah. Also, Jess's statement was a bit of a stretch. Again, speaking for the both of us. But getting back to you, Tori, as our guest today, you've mentioned quite a couple of different areas, from Gen AI to ML Ops to data science. And again, we have no idea what any of those means. One of our first, the first main question we always ask on our show is for your favorite data-related feature or tool or thing. So I'm kind of making the assumption it would come out of those three, but you're probably just going to surprise us now and come up with something entirely different. But what is your favorite data thingy?
I would love to introduce you to the latest acronym, which is LLM Ops, which is basically all of those three things just smushed together. Yeah. So it's
happened again.
It's really smart.
It's happened again.
Yeah, but
I've only got one data thing, and it's data.
But I like this one because, I mean, Tori just made up an entirely new acronym, made it sound like it's a thing, therefore merge all these three things that you mentioned previously into. I'm going to allow it because it was a very creative approach. So
say it with enough confidence and everyone will believe you.
That's been my jam for
Power BI. What does the acronym stand for? First of all,
so LLMs, large language models, like the recent boom with Gen AI, and then Ops is like the DevOps of large language models. I mentioned before I've got a bit of a background in ML Ops, which is the machine learning ops. So it's about applying DevOps and software engineering principles to data science, so building out a platform that supports like rapid productionization of models. LLM Ops, which I really do hate the acronym for, is like that, but for Gen AI models, really.
I feel like you're about to sing a song whenever you do that. It feels like the start of like some music.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
LLM Ops, it's such a mouthful, and it doesn't just apply to LLMs now. Like with the recent boom of different Gen AI models, with now it's no longer just text to text, it's like text to video or video to text or audio. I don't think it massively applies anymore, but no one has given me a better acronym, so I'm sticking with that now.
Can you was that too many L's? LLM Ops us a podcast? Like we can just send some text in and then a podcast will come out?
Yep. Have you seen the new Soma model come out of Microsoft?
I'm sorry, I have to interrupt you real quick. Why would we write a text? I mean, the whole point is that the AI writes the text and then generates the audio and the video, and we just don't do anything. All we say is, hey, something GPT.
We need a new episode.
We need an episode.
Mm-hmm. Love that.
What if this episode is the LLM Ops generated episode?
Or what if it's not? Will we ever know?
We won't.
The answer will surprise you. And then Commander Riker is this story has. Anyway, I keep saying Commander Riker because I keep forgetting his actual name, but everybody knows who I'm talking about, so I guess we're good. But you were talking about a new Microsoft feature that just came out, Tori. Sorry,
Yes,
that's what we do.
literally
We keep
last night.
interrupting our guest.
Yeah, Soma, I think it's pronounced, which is now a prompt, and it will produce like a really high quality like video with audio. It's incredible. So
Wow.
that's the tech you need to tap into, I think.
So you like type your prompt in and then it does the rest.
Yeah, like incredible.
Yeah, this is scary.
However, I like the approach they're taking at the OpenAI folks about that, because they've just announced it like a couple of weeks back, but they're not making it available to the public yet, because that's kind of the route they went down with DALL-E, that thing that only
Yeah.
generated pictures in the beginning, and some of those outputs were really horrible with regards to biased data sets and all that. I mean,
Mhm.
those were amazing pictures, given that you only gave it a little quick prompt, but the output was also scaring. And even though they were like, yeah, but in the current phase, you just cannot use those publicly. Yeah. Let's trust people on not doing that. Whereas now, I think they're using it internally, and then they've invited a bunch of people like filmmakers and all that to try it out, but in a very, very small setting. So
Yeah.
seems like they've learned a lot on making doesn't make it less scary going forward, because once it goes public, people will still
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
lots of weird stuff with it. But anyways,
Yeah. You can always count on people being arses. Can I say arses?
Yep.
yes,
Yeah.
of course, people are the worst. So I mean, seriously, we've established that at this point, I guess, very solidly. However, the issue is, at least for now, I think it's only like 60 seconds. So either we change the entire format of our podcast, or we keep doing this ourselves for a bit longer, Jess.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll do a few more episodes. One more year.
Well, that doesn't get us through the list of people that we've already signed up. But again, we will get there. No,
We'll
but
come back to that.
that is pretty. That video thingy is pretty cool stuff. It will be down there in the show notes, maybe.
Yep.
Depending on if we're gonna have show notes. Who knows?
Just to recap, the show notes are the responsibility of the guest. We now crowdsource show notes because we can't.
I'm not sure we
possibly do
fully
that.
made that clear and transparent to Tori when she signed up, but now it's on the recording, so it's true. So Tori,
Yeah,
you're in
This is
charge.
true.
Got it. On it.
Cool. I like that. However, and I know we're slightly running out of time, and Jess is getting like, oh, I need to ask my question, but I have one follow-up question. I mean, that video creation thingy, for example, that is amazingly cool. There's all these calculations going on in the background that I will never get my head around, and I don't have to, because this is way above my pay grade, and I'm way too old for this. But do you see any specific use case for this that really connects to us as data people? Because I see this really connecting to us on a nerdy level, for sure. Whereas with the traditional text-to-text thingy, I was like, well, there's all these cool demos where you just provide a description and will come up with a marketing text. Or I did that thing recently where I was basically having that thing generate tweets for me, how much I enjoyed a session that I actually never attended, but based on the abstract, it would put all that. So that kind of connects to me on a data level. Whereas for the video, I'm seeing this floating further and further away from what we actually do in our day jobs, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I think for me, I've been working with the education sector for a little while around sort of English language education. And what we're really excited about is the AI Speech Studio and using AI generated content and then having a synthesized speech teaching foreign language students English language without any human intervention whatsoever. And I can see with the video aspect as well, making it super realistic. We can have, like, you can really scale out that. So I'm excited to see that sort of application.
No, that's cool. I love that Ben didn't notice, or did notice maybe, that I'd completely forgotten that I was supposed to ask the next question, even though he told me beforehand which question I was supposed to ask. But anyway, we're here. We're good. So to get us back on track, thanks, Ben, for the poke. What is your favorite non-data thing?
Good job, Jess.
In terms of hobbies, outside of data, over lockdown, I really got into houseplants. I think, like quite a lot of people, and I may have taken this a bit too far. You can see a few in the background, but I hate to admit that the rest of my house is like a jungle at the moment. Yeah, I took it too far, and I love houseplants now.
Did you have any before the pandemic, or was that entirely from? Okay,
Not a single one. Okay, great.
So yeah, just one plant, and it spiraled.
What I appreciate is that I feel that we are on the same level, is that I'll go from not in something at all to like fully all in. Like, I'm not just going to dabble with houseplants. I'm going to live in a jungle. Excellent. So is this the kind of situation where you got one houseplant and then you got another houseplant for it, and then before you knew it, they were everywhere?
It just took over, and yeah, it's to the point now that I'm sort of making a humidity cupboard for all the plants that don't natively live well in UK homes, and yeah.
So you even bought houseplants that don't fit in your house, and now you have to get a new house for the plants.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay.
So
have we thought about automating some of this stuff, like that humidity cupboard? Are we going to have sensors and automation and MLM ops?
Yeah, irrigation system.
Yes. Well, we had a previous guest who had an irrigation system for an outside garden. And since then, I've thought maybe I'll get into gardening. But
how did that work out for you so far, Jess?
It's coming in the next phase. Please do not ask my wife about the fence that is, like, I would say half painted, but that would be generous. The garden project is in work. It's in progress. Don't worry.
It's winter. Use that.
Exactly.
No one does gardening.
Yeah, but we've been doing this for a year, so there was a summer in between.
Yeah, but I missed it. It was gone so quick.
I see. Well, that is not a problem. I will just set a reminder for myself to remind future Jess in like late spring to
that would be great.
Paint the fence. I mean,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'll just CC your wife just in case.
Perfect.
Just to
she has no anger issues about the fence, so it's fine.
Excellent, I guess.
This is just another project that I was like, I've got a great idea. And then there's 2 fence panels that I half painted. So in my defense, I was working methodically along the side of the fence, okay? And as I was painting, I got to a lavender bush where there was a large number of bees. So I stopped painting that fence and I went to the bottom of the garden and I painted half a panel down there. But then I got distracted and I haven't gone back. So like I have this side of the fence and then one panel at the bottom painted.
So what you're saying is bees on one half of the garden, squirrel on the other side. You were basically I can totally see how none of this is your fault. No.
Thank you, Ben.
I'm not on the fence at all about this.
Oh my goodness. I just popped that up for you.
I mean, I could not let that one slip away. It was too obvious. Anyways, getting back on track. I feel like that squirrel is really all over the place today. Tori, the other thing that we keep doing.
Different segue with the squirrel.
I have no idea where that could have. So, anyways, the other thing that we do besides asking people questions is that we kidnap our podcast guests.
Fantastic.
Because we feel like it's a very nice thing to do. It's very inclusive and everything. And since we're kind of busy, one of us is driving at this point, 3-story Winnebago bus, whatever, because we have so many people on that bus. One of us is busy driving. The other one is busy guarding our guest, I guess. We have put our guest in charge of not only show notes, but also of making sure that we get fed, because obviously at some point we get hungry. But since we're trying to be inclusive, we let our kidnappees decide what the kidnappers will get to eat. So what's for, I'm going to say lunch at this time of day?
Anything with pasta. I love pasta. Can never go wrong with pasta. Like, yeah.
Easy enough. I could eat
Yeah.
pasta.
Yeah.
Do we have a sauce with the pasta, or is it just like pasta?
I mean, yes, yeah, but anything pasta, I'll be happy. Even kidnapped, I think.
I
You
mean,
could learn
also it's
into
not
your van
even
with
kidnapped. You're
pasta.
getting kidnapped by us. I mean, that is a
The
really
dream,
fun
really.
kidnapping.
Mhm.
Living the kidnappee's dream. Till this day, I'm still not sure if kidnappee is actually a word, but I have to look it up.
It is if you say it enough. Like Tori
Yeah.
said, say it with
There's
enough
that.
confidence, it's yours.
Yeah,
We know what's
I
happening.
believe you.
Yeah, it's yours sounds like a very weird pun with regards to kidnapping people, but anyways. No, I can go. And the nice thing about pasta is we could even have like multiple sauces. So if someone gets some meaty sauce with it,
Yeah.
or I'm also fine with either just a plain nice tomato sauce or some pesto. Some pesto would be
Ooh, I like a little pesto. For sure.
Maybe we can have like a variety of pesto, so we can have different servings with different pasty. I'm not. What is happening?
Interested.
Pestos.
You didn't say that one with enough confidence. I did not believe that one was a word.
Agreed. This might be a lie.
Okay. Stop the recording. We have to start again because something here is not. Plus, especially for you, Jess, we could just have. How do you feel about mushrooms in general, Jess?
I love mushrooms.
See, there we go. Because then we can just do like one serving of spaghetti, maybe with some butter, and then just get some like fresh truffle over that. How's that?
You know I love butter.
I know. But
Just
I was
stop
figuring,
there. Just pasta and butter, and I'm in.
Yeah, I figured just I mean, we could do pasta, butter, and a lot of Parmesan cheese, so it kind of becomes almost like a creamy sauce. That works. Just pasta and butter. I was like, yes, it would work, but
Should
still.
I think it would be fine.
it?
Yeah, and that's what's wrong with you, Jess. No offense.
The only thing. The only thing.
That's about it.
Just one of many. Okay, cool.
No. And again, it would work, but why would you settle for pasta with butter if you could have pasta with butter and something else that makes it even more delicious? I mean, I feel like Tori and I were on the same page here, and you just have to deal with it because
I'll eat
you're
it.
not in charge of food. That's what the kidnappees are for.
True. I'll eat what I'm given.
There's that. Having that said, I'm hungry, and 15 minutes are over. So, Tori, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for sharing a bit about you and educating us a bit more about the world of AI. And thank you, Jess. And we see you all next week with yet another guest. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, folks.